Justin Krebs from Krebs Service Station in Spring Mills, Pennsylvania, and welcome to the 400 Shootout video. So we've taken some 400s from our main lines. We've got a HiSun MP9 T400, we've got the BigHorn Timberland 450, and we've got the Massimo Buck 450. We're going to go ahead and compare these units, compare features, and we're going to see at the end of the day which one you guys think is the best. Feel free to leave a comment and let us know what you think. Okay, first category is the hard roof. Each of these units has a very nice hard roof, so we're going to have to consider this a tie. Next category is the windshield. The HiSun has a two-piece windshield. If you want to take off the upper portion of the windshield, you got to undo these straps, take it off, put it somewhere. So that's the HiSun one. The next one is the BigHorn one. So the BigHorn, you can actually pop these, fold it down, and then put it in its holder out of the way for some nice airflow. The Massimo, the Buck 400, the windshield, you have to undo some thumb screws, and then you can pop it out to get a little airflow up through. I'm going to have to say the winner in this category is the BigHorn, just because of how easy it is to use. You can flip it right down, get tons of airflow very quickly. So if you're on the go, you can just flip that down. Second place is going to be the Massimo, because at the end of the day, you can at least push it out and get some airflow flowing in. And then coming in last is the HiSun with their windshield, because at the end of the day, who wants to take the windshield off and put it somewhere to get more airflow? In the side mirror category, they all have side mirrors. The HiSun's a little bit smaller. They don't have the range of motion the other ones do. The BigHorn has the foldable mirrors. The Buck 450 also has foldable mirrors. If I had to pick a winner in this category, first place would go to the BigHorn, because at the end of the day, if you look at my thumb to my middle finger here to give you guys some size comparison there, the BigHorn has the largest mirrors. And if you look at the Massimo, so I would put the Buck 450 in second place, and then third place I would put the HiSun, because at the end of the day they are a little bit smaller, and they don't fold. I like how they move like this, but they don't fold. In the hood category, we're going to focus on ease of access. Each unit has a front hood, and if I have to rank them, the HiSun is number one. It has the easiest hood to remove. Second place is going to be the Massimo. It's slightly more difficult. Third place is going to be the BigHorn, mainly because you have to take off the windshield to get the hood off. Looking at the front bumpers, the HiSun has a very nice front bumper with a integrated front receiver. The BigHorn has a nice bumper, not very big, but it's still there. It's got a nice cover on it. And the Buck 450 has a very nice front bumper. It's a little bit bigger with the front cover also. If I had to pick a winner in this category, it's going to go to the HiSun. At the end of the day, the HiSun has the biggest bumper, and that front receiver is very nice to have. Second place will go to the Massimo, and then third place to the BigHorn, because it's just not very big. Focusing on the headlights, the HiSun has the LED headlights with a high and low beam. So does the BigHorn Timberland 450, as well as the Buck 450 from Massimo. In this category, we're going to have to make it a tie. All the headlights are excellent. Checking out the front winch, the HiSun does not have one, but we have to give an honorable mention here. They do have it set up. It's already wired in for one. The switch is already in there. All you have to do is, just pick the winch you like and bolt it on. The BigHorn has a 3,500-pound winch with the steel cable. And the Buck 450 has a 3,000-pound winch with the steel cable. So the winner in this category is going to be the BigHorn, because it's the 3,500-pound winch. Second place will go to the Massimo for the 3,000-pound winch. And then third place will go to the HiSun. But we have to give an honorable mention, although they don't put the winch there, they do wire it all in for you. Looking at the A-arm guards, the HiSun has metal. The BigHorn is MIA. and the Buck 450, they're plastic, but at least they're there. So in the A-arm cover category, HiSun's the winner with the metal A-arm guards. The Massimo Buck 450 is in second with the plastic ones. And then the BigHorn Timberland 450 brings up the rear because they are missing in action. Looking at the front suspension, specifically the front shocks, the HiSun has the fully adjustable shocks with the piggyback reservoir. The Timberland 450 has front shocks. There's no adjustability to these. The Massimo Buck 450, they do have adjustable shocks. So the winner in this category by far is the MP9 T400 from HiSun. Second place is the Massimo Buck 450 because at the end of the day, you can still adjust them. Coming in third is the BigHorn Timberland 450 because of the lack of adjustability. The side door category, the HiSun has a smaller set of side doors. They open from the inside. They are very nice side doors though. The BigHorn Timberland 450 does not have a side door. The best you could do here is the soft cab. The Massimo Buck 450 has the largest side door in the category. These are very nice, gives you lots of room to get in and out of the unit. So in the category of side doors, we're going to have to give first place to the Buck 450. Second place will go to the HiSun MP9 T400. Third will go to the BigHorn Timberland 450 because it just doesn't have a side door. Let's check out the rock sliders. The MP9 T400 has a very nice set of rock sliders on it. The BigHorn Timberland 450 does not have rock sliders. The Massimo Buck 450 does not come with rock sliders either, but they are available for purchase. So the rock slider category, the HiSun MP9 T400 is the winner because it has rock sliders. Second place will go to the Massimo Buck 450 because at least it's an accessory that you can get. And then third will go to the BigHorn Timberland 450. They're just not available for it. In this category, we're going to do rear bumper and rear receiver together. So the HiSun MP9 T400 has a very nice rear bumper. It also has a very nice rear receiver, very heavily built back here. The BigHorn Timberland does not come with a rear bumper, nor can you get one, but it does have a nice rear receiver, very well built also. And then we've got the Massimo Buck 450. It does not have a rear bumper either, but it does have a nice rear receiver. So in this category, first place by far is going to be the HiSun MP9 T400 because at the end of the day, it does come with the rear bumper and the rear receiver is the heaviest built out of all of them. And then we're going to do a tie for second place because the rear receivers on both units are very nice. Next, we're going to look at the wheels and tires. The HiSun has a 14-inch tire on a blacked out aluminum rim. The Timberland 450 has a 12-inch tire, still very nice rim. And the Massimo Buck 450 also has a 12-inch tire on a very nice aluminum rim. I'm going to have to put the winner to HiSun for the 14-inch tire and a blacked out aluminum rim. And then second place is going to be a tie because they're both 12-inch tires on aluminum rims. Next, we're going to look at the beds. What we're going to look at is ease of use, tailgates, and the size. So we're going to try to pick a winner here, although it's going to be tough. So they all have the hydraulically assisted dump bed. The HiSun MP9 T400 has the pickup truck style tailgate with the nice tie downs. This is the smallest bed in the category, but this is also the smallest unit. Next one is the Timberland 450. Again, you've got a very nice hydraulically assisted dump bed. And how you access this bed is you have to do the latches to the side. We also have tie downs at different points. And then this is a metal bed with the side rails. The Massimo Buck 450 also has a hydraulically assisted dump bed. with the pickup truck style tailgate. Nice large bed with the tie downs. Boy, it's very hard to pick a winner in this category, but I'm going to have to do it. I'm going to have to give the winner to the BigHorn. At the end of the day, the BigHorn has the side rails on top of the bed. It's got, look here, we've got tie downs at different points, and it is a metal bed. And at the end of the day, if somebody really wanted to, you could unbolt these sides and create a flatbed out of it. I don't know really anybody that does that, but again, at the end of the day, you could. So because of the adjustability of the bed and what you can do with it, I have to give this one the winner. So I'm going to have to do a tie between the Massimo and the MP9 for second place. They're very similar beds. They're both plastic beds. Although the Massimo does have the bigger bed than the HiSun is the smaller unit. So the smaller unit's going to have a smaller bed. So I can't really count that against it. They both have tie downs. They both have pickup truck style tailgates. So in this category, number one, the BigHorn, and then a tie for the HiSun and the Massimo. To the rear suspension, the HiSun has a very high-end trailing arm suspension with a very high-end, fully adjustable shock with the piggyback reservoir. We also have a sway bar back here. The BigHorn Timberland has an independent rear suspension. We do have a shock and a sway bar. And the Massimo Buck 450 has an adjustable shock back here, independent rear suspension, and it also has a sway bar. So in a landslide, if I have to pick a winner in this category, an absolute landslide, the HiSun wins by 10 miles because of the trailing arm suspension and that high-end shock, that fully adjustable shock with the piggyback reservoir. Second place will go to the Buck 450 because at the end of the day, that rear shock is adjustable and it has a sway bar back there. Third place will go to the BigHorn. Although it has a nice shock, it's just not adjustable. It has a sway bar also. So again, first place, MP9 T400. Second place, Massimo Buck 450. Third place, BigHorn Timberland 450. In the next segment, let's talk about just sheer engine size. The HiSun MP9 T400 has a 393cc single-cylinder engine. The BigHorn Timberland 450 has a 391cc single-cylinder engine. And then the Massimo Buck 450 has a 352cc single-cylinder engine. So the winner in this category is going to be the HiSun. It's got the largest engine size, followed by the BigHorn for second, and then the Massimo Buck 450 because at the end of the day, it does have the smallest engine. Looking at the interior, specifically seating, seat belts, and headrests, the HiSun does have a very nice bench seat with the contoured bench, very nice seat belts, and very nice headrests. Next would be the BigHorn Timberland 450. It has a very simple bench seat. It is comfortable, nice seat belts, and we have adjustable headrests. And finally, the Massimo Buck 450. It's got a very nice bench seat that's also contoured, and it also has seat belts, headrests, and we do have this flip-down center console with the cup holders and cell phone holder. If I'm going to have to pick a winner in this category, I'm going to have to pick the Massimo Buck 450. It's got this flip-down center console, nice armrest, cup holders. Second place would have to go to the HiSun MP9 T400. It's just a much nicer seat than what the BigHorn has. So first place, Massimo Buck 450. Second place, MP9 T400. And then third place would be the Timberland 450 from BigHorn. Looking at the steering wheels, the HiSun has a very nice high-end steering wheel, nice little horn button, and we have a tilt steering also. The BigHorn Timberland 450, it's got a nice steering wheel, it does tilt, and on the BigHorn, we do have power steering. And what's amazing with these BigHorns, I can take my pinky while it's sitting here and just steer it very nice and easy. The best power steering of any of the units that we have. And then finally, the Massimo Buck 450. It's got a nice steering wheel. It also tilts, but it's nothing special. So in this category, by a landslide, I have to give the steering to the BigHorn Timberland 450. By far number one, the steering and the power steering, just again, by far number one. Number two is going to be the MP9 T400. It is a higher end, more comfortable steering wheel. And then in third place will be the Massimo Buck 450, just because it's just a simple, at the end of the day, it's just a simple steering wheel. The next category is going to be instrument clusters and center screens. So this is the MP9 T400. We do have a digital instrument cluster with our speedometer. It tells us what gear we're in. We also can tell if we're in two-wheel drive, four-wheel drive, miles, hours, the time. We've got our tachometer, fuel gauge, coolant gauge. This one is the BigHorn Timberland 450. We've got a very nice digital cluster. It's got your fuel gauge, tells you how fast you're going, what gear you're in, how many miles are on it. If we come over here to the touchscreen, this is also for our backup camera also. This can connect to your phone. It can play music with the soundbar and everything. This is the largest screen in the category. This one is the Massimo Buck 450. We've got our digital instrument cluster with our speedometer. We have the tachometer, fuel gauge, coolant gauge, hours, miles. It tells you a little bit of everything. Over here to the center touchscreen, pretty much tells you the same thing. It's very redundant, but we also have the backup camera. This is the smaller screen. If I have to pick a winner on instrument cluster and touchscreen, the winner is BigHorn Timberland 450. At the end of the day, the cluster at the steering wheel is very nice. It tells you what you need to know. And the center screen with the backup camera and everything, it's the biggest one. It's very nice. Got to give credit to BigHorn. They have a nice setup there. Second place to the Massimo. The instrument cluster at the steering wheel is very nice. The center screen is very redundant to the first screen, but we do have navigation and everything on there too. But at the end of the day, it comes in number two. Number three will be the HiSun MP9 T400. Although it has the simplest gauge cluster, it's still nice. But the reason why it finishes third, it simply just doesn't have a center screen or a backup camera. So, number one, BigHorn Timberland 450. Number two, Massimo Buck 450. Number three, HiSun MP9 T400. So in this segment, we're going to go over the four-wheel drive and the drive system. So the HiSun MP9 T400 is a four-wheel drive UTV. The rear end is locked all the time, and it has one simple button to engage the front wheels for the four-wheel drive. There is no front differential air locker on the MP9 T400. The BigHorn Timberland 450, this one has turf mode. So you can drop this down to one-wheel drive. You can also lock in the rear differential, and then you can also place it into four-wheel drive. Again, no front differential locker on this one. The Massimo Buck 450, the rear end is locked in at all times. You can activate four-wheel drive, which will activate your front wheels and they will start driving. And then the Buck 450 also has a front differential locker to where you can lock in the front end. This one's going to be a tough one to pick the winner because it's going to be very skewed. So make sure you leave a comment on which one you think is the winner in this category. But this is just how I feel and what I think. So I think the winner in this category is going to be the BigHorn Timberland 450. You're just going to use turf mode more than what you're going to use the front differential locker. So you're going to get more use out of it. So number one, because of turf mode, BigHorn Timberland 450. Got to give second place to the Massimo Buck 450 because at the end of the day, it does have a front differential locker where the MP9 T400 does not. To wrap up the video today, to see which one's the best, these are all great units in their own respect. The HiSun, the MP9 T400, if you're looking for that small footprint, very high-end trailing arm suspension, fully adjustable shocks, the T400 wins. If you're looking for features, creature comforts, I want power steering, I want turf mode, I want the sound bar, I want the easy-to-use foldable windshield, and you don't mind paying a little bit more, the BigHorn wins. If you want just affordability, like I need an affordable unit, but I still want the features, I still want tilt wheel, I want four-wheel drive, I want side doors, I want the backup camera, well, the Massimo wins. So, to wrap it up, the winner today is the one that suits you the best. Thank you guys for watching the video today.